What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart. I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. Many people think that all that I eat is meat, and butter, and that's it. That I'm like Michaela Peterson on the lion diet, which is absolutely not true. My diet has a lot more nuance than that, and it's customized. Wait, what? You're not gonna be talking about meat today or animal fats? WTF. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my favorite carb sources, and I'm also gonna be sharing with you guys the amount of carbs I allow myself to have on a daily basis. I'd love to hear what carbs you eat, Rob. So basically my favorite carb source is fruit. Generally, I'm eating mostly apples, pears, strawberries, blueberries, an occasional banana, a mango here or there, but other than that, not really a whole lot of variety. Fruit you can get anywhere from any grocery store in the world. Now people do ask me, how do I eat my fruit? And basically I'll eat my fruit just like any other food. I'll have it with meals, even steaks, or I'll just have it as a snack. I'm hungry in the morning and I'm in the mood for a banana or an apple or a mango, then I'll have one. No big deal, delicious. Okay, food number two, carb source number two for me, sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Yeah, but the gods of health, Dr. Morris and medical medium, both say that nightshades, including potatoes, are really, really bad for the skin. Those guys are honest and they know everything. And I know what the online snake oil salesman gurus of the plant-based vegan BS world say. Nightshades are bad. Always avoid them. They will cause skin disease. But for me, they've actually been a staple food the entire time from day one of trying to heal my skin all the way up until now, which is almost 9 years later. 9 years of eating potatoes, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea free. Now, if it was just me, I'm not like other YouTubers where I'm gonna promote a diet that only works for me. That's super irresponsible and it's just super naive. I've tested potatoes and sweet potatoes with a lot of my clients. I've worked with over 1,200 people, so I have a pretty good database to draw from. And sweet potatoes and potatoes work for a very large portion of the people that I work with. Bottom line, you do have to test your foods, but the bottom line is that potatoes across the board are actually really not an eczema trigger food. I'm not gonna rail on this too much in this video, but you have to understand that the way some of these online predators get you to start to follow them and buy their products and then hire them is they strike fear into your life. Potatoes are evil. If you're eating them, you are filled with poison, and now you need a solution. Me. BS. Over the past year though, the amount of sweet potatoes and potatoes that I ate were very low. Along with potatoes, I will have an occasional squash, which is for me, it's like there is no difference between squash and potatoes for my body. Food number three, and this will be the surprising food for you guys, is that I do get some carbohydrates when I experiment with eating and drinking raw goat milk and or raw milk from cows that are sourced A1, K2 producing cows. It's surprising that there is actually a decent amount of carbs in milk, so you do have to be careful. So obviously this is not raw, high quality goat milk, but it's gonna have the same nutrition facts. I do not recommend drinking this goat milk. It's not high quality. So now that we have that out of the way, let's take a look at the macros of goat milk. So right here, as you can see, total carbohydrates, 11 grams, and that's per serving. And the serving size is, I guess, about a cup and a half. So a cup and a half will provide 11 grams of carbohydrates, which is quite a lot. Again, I don't have a lot of milk, but when I do, it is a carb source for me. And again, I have tested milk thoroughly, and over the years I've found that when I find well-sourced dairy products, I can crush butter all day, I can crush cream all day, I can do a little bit of milk here and there and be totally fine, and so that's where I keep it. I do not overdo the milk. I enjoy it here and there when I can get it sourced really well, and it does have carbs in it. Okay, so on to question number 2 of the video is how many carbs am I eating on average on a daily basis? And here's where there is some nuance. So I do cyclical carb cycling, not on purpose, not as a methodology, but it just is naturally how my body likes to eat. What the hell does that mean? Let me explain. So some days I will have absolutely zero over carbs, none. And other days I'll have 150 grams of carbs. If you average 0 with 150, you can see that there's only about 75 grams of carbs per day on average there. And after looking at my food journals from 2020 and putting them all into Chronometer, I found that on average, I'm eating 60 grams of total carbohydrates per day, not net, but total carbohydrates on a daily basis. So my carb intake is very low. Does it put me into ketosis? Maybe sometimes, but that is not my goal. My goal is just to have my sugar low and my fat and my protein as high as possible. That's what makes me feel good. That's what makes my brain work. That's what makes my hormones work. That's what heals my gut. And that's what makes my digestion feel perfect. Damn, that's some delicious ass water. I'm going to reiterate this because it is the most important part of every video that I make. The customization process of the diet, which means not blindly following what other people have done just because it might have worked for them or they say that it has worked for them. Most of the time it actually really doesn't. The customization process is when you go through each food group and you create staple foods and an entire eating program personalized for you based on real data from your biomarkers. These foods work great. These foods work okay. These foods I must avoid all the time. Once you have your food situation figured out, then you have to dial in your caloric range and your macros. If your macros are messed up, if your calories are messed up, if your food choices are messed up, you won't ever begin the healing process. So from the get-go, the number one focus should not be cleansing and detox, should not be trying to do a bunch of powders and potions and these crazy 30-day plans. It's focus on the foundation of your gut biome and your overall health, which is what you eat and how your lifestyle is. For those of you who need help with that process, there's a link in the description box for a consultation. There's a link in the description box for the 3 Phases workbook, which is the step-by-step guide I've created for naturally healing the skin. And there's a link for Skinessa, which is by far the world's finest probiotic for skin health. I take it every day, so do my clients. We're getting great results. You should too. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, my friends. I will be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.